Oops. Okay. Hello! I'm doing this on my laptop now because it's like way easier than filming on my phone, even though the quality is like significantly worse. So, sorry about that. But I'm coming with some hot new topics today. Also, don't ask why I'm wearing two shirts. It's because it's my painting shirt and I'm painting. So, yeah. Anyways, I want to discuss Hadestown. Okay? The musical Hadestown. It is, I'll be real, I've never listened to the full soundtrack because some of the songs are a lot and I don't have the emotional stamina to listen to them. It's a musical based on one of my favorite Greek myths, and that's saying a lot because I have like three Greek myths that I can say that I genuinely like, and that's Orpheus and Eurydice. And what other ones I can't think of right now. But Orpheus and Eurydice is so good because there's genuinely, for the most part, nothing wrong with it. It's a story of like love and true love and how far you're willing to go for it. And not only does it show the love between Eurydice and Orpheus, but also Persephone and Hades, who in their only other myth together, basically, she's abducted by him and married, and it's like an act of violence. Whatever. But in this one, he lets them go because Orpheus' song is so good, and he's like, wow, okay, take her, whatever, I'm in love with my wife. So it's like, it paints this very soft version of the Greek gods who, although maybe not Hades specifically, or even, well, Persephone kind of, but they're never really painted. The gods are typically painted as these very intense and ruthless figures in Greek mythology, and now they are. They're very cute. They're very, oh my god, mortal love. Like, what does it matter? In 40 years, Orpheus will be down there with her anyways. But I guess he recognizes that to a mortal, that those 40 years might feel like a lifetime, which they are for him. But, whatever. So what does that have to do with Hadestown? Hadestown is a musical based on it, and I think it's a very fun spin on it. It's got like cool instrumentals and cool costumes, whatever. And it's basically like, instead of, it's Persephone and Hades, but like years after they got married. And I think in the musical they're still gods. Like, I don't think that changes, and I think they're still from the ancient Greece. And it's just that now we're in this very modern sort of setting. Well, modern, like, I think it's like an industrial setting, I don't remember, but, and it's like how their marriage has slowly fallen apart because of like the fact that Persephone has grown bitter over the fact that she has to leave the earth, basically the surface, to go to the underworld for half the year or quarter of the year. And yeah. So I'm gonna say this is not a hot take, because I don't think it's a hot take, because I feel like a lot of people feel the same way, that the original live recording of Hadestown is superior in almost every facet to the Broadway recording. I think the original cast recording, though they are very like musically songs, I guess, they still genuinely feel to me as like listenable, music, like pieces of music. Like Wait For Me, both 1 and 2 are incroyable, incredible. There's no doubt about it. But like, just like, I accidentally paused the thing for some reason, so that's shit. Okay, whatever. But like, where is it? Oh, here it is. Okay. Like, All I've Ever Known in the original, way better. When the Chips Are Down, beautiful song. Wait For Me in the original and Wait For Me 2 in the original are so much better than in the other one. I think they're very similar. Don't get me wrong. Wait For Me 2 especially is very similar, but I still feel like it's just so good. And I think that has to do with the fact that I like the voices better, but even then, the Broadway voices are not bad. They're also very, 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 very fucking good. And it's a matter of opinion. Like Why We Built the Wall or Lady of the Underground, so good. Way Down, Hadestown too is so good. One song that will forever be miles, years, leagues, centuries, whatever the gauge fucking ahead by you want to use, is Epic 3. Orpheus's grand song. The song he sings to Hades so that he can win Eurydice back. I think in the original cast recording, it is so good. I cry. I feel like I'm Hades. Like I'm being serenaded. And that it is my love. Like, Orpheus's use of the melody, you know? And obviously that happens in the Broadway version because that's like integral to the story. Is so good. I don't know. I also think that Hermes' voice, while I do like the Broadway version of Hermes, his voice in the original cast recording, it's so good, it's not even a fucking joke. It's incroyable. C'est incroyable. Like, I can't believe it. You know? Hades' voice is pretty good in both. Persephone's voice is good in both. Eurydice's voice is very good in both. I really like the Broadway version of Eurydice. I think she's beautiful. I mean, beautiful, like vocally beautiful. I'm not really talking about her looks. I think Orpheus is good in both too, but I do prefer the original cast recording. So, but that's, you know, neither here nor there. One thing, because I don't want this to just be a big shit on the Broadway version, that it has on the original cast recording. I don't even know if this song exists in the original cast recording, because again, I haven't listened to all of it, so it might exist, but I don't see how it could even top it, is Come Home With Me. Come Home With Me is both 1 and 2, like the reprise, and the Broadway version is so good. And the reason I'm saying I don't understand how the original cast recording could top it is because the style of the song, to me, doesn't even fit the original cast recording. I feel like it's too cute. Like, I don't know, does that make sense? Where it's like, it's too musically, it's too sing-songy, you know? But I think in the context of the Broadway version, it works so well, but it just wouldn't work very well in the original cast recording, which is fine. I think it's good to have different versions of things. It'd be kind of suck if you have the exact same version of each song. But I just think, yeah, those are good songs. Especially when he goes back to find her. It's like, the original Come Home With Me is when he meets Eurydice, and then the reprise is when he goes to see her in the underworld, or in Hadestown, I guess. I don't know. To be like, I'm getting you out of here. I'm saving you. Another song I think is better in the original versus the Broadway is Wait For Me 2, like the reprise. I think Persephone and Hades' little thing, their little tidbit that they have, is better in the Broadway, even though they're pretty much identical in both. The reason it's better in the original cast recording, is just because they're not cut off every couple of lines. Like, in the Broadway version, they'd speak something and then there'd be, like, singing. Like, I forget what the lyric is, but it's the same one for all of them. Oh, it's show the way. And then they'd speak and be like, show the way. And it's like, okay, I get it. But in the original cast recording, there isn't that. And you can just, it's like, it's actually heartbreaking. And I think It's Almost Spring, which is in the original cast recording, versus It's Time for Spring, versus in the Broadway, it's a bit of a better lyric. So, kill me stone dead. But yeah. They're very good songs. They're both very good, I think, personally. I think Hadestown is one of those musicals that is, like, incredibly underappreciated and undervalued as a musical. I mean, maybe not so much in recent years, but definitely like a couple of years ago, it was. Because also the reason why I like the original cast recording is because that's the only one that was out when I started getting into it. And actually, the only one I could find was Bon Iver singing all the songs. So I was like, what the fuck? But now it has the actual cast. But that was. Anyways, Anais Mitchell, you're a beautiful genius, and I'm really in love with you. But another musical that I think is like that too is like The Comet of 1812, which is like it's an excerpt from War and Peace. It's like it's basically like a smaller storyline of the bigger picture, because you cannot make a musical out of that book because it'd be like 12 hours long if you wanted to hit every note. So I think that was smart, but I think one of the reasons that people don't really listen to it or don't really like it even is because of the way the music is written. So like you have like pieces like Hamilton or even Heathers and stuff like that, where like lyrics are pieces of dialogue between the characters, you know, or it's a character singing about a specific idea that is meant to be like gotten across to another character. So like in Hamilton you have like songs like The Cabinet Battles, which are direct, just dialogue, which works in musicals like Hamilton because there are no actual dialogue. The entire musical is just music, right? It's 2.5 hours of straight up music, which is fine. But in The Comet of 1812, the music isn't just dialogue. It's like as if they're singing excerpts from the book, you know, like one of my favorite songs from the musical is Sonia and Natasha, which is it's when Sonia comes up to Natasha and she's like, I know what you're doing with Anatole. I read the letters. Like, what are you doing to Prince Andre? You know, like what is happening here? Like, what's your plan? And then it goes on and on. And then Natasha says something really mean to Sonia, and Sonia's like, it's like she says her line, and then the actress keeps saying, she's like, bursting into sobs. Like she's physically describing what Sonia would be doing physically, which I think is a very interesting writing. One Piece. I didn't know that. But yeah, like I think that's a very interesting way of writing it, especially since the musical is based on a book, and you know the book would be sort of similar to that. It's cool. Because like the characters sing in third person almost. I don't know. I think it's quite good. I don't really listen to musicals so much anymore. I did when I was much younger, a couple of years ago, but now I don't really. And not that I'm sad about it. It's like fine, you know, it's evolutionary growth. But there is something about musicals that like is not in normal music. You know, the ability to sing. Oh. Another musical I really got into for some reason is Oklahoma. Okay? Not because of Euphoria. That Panhandler fucking musical is really good. I haven't listened to all the songs because, for the most part, I don't anymore because I'm not gonna take the time to listen to music I don't like. I will listen to the songs that come up that I enjoy. People will say we're in love, both the first version and the reprise. It's so good. It's so good. It's so good that I made an animatic about Finn and Rachel from Glee to it, okay? That's how fucking good it is, okay? No, I didn't finish it. No, I didn't post it anywhere, so it's sitting on my iPad. But yeah, Oklahoma, very good. That's not underrated. Oklahoma's incredibly popular, but like, go listen to it, I guess. What other music? Oh, Legally Blonde. I'm just thinking because I have like a musical playlist and I have a bunch of songs in it, so I'm just trying to think. Legally Blonde, the musical, to me is better than the actual movie that it's based on, just because I feel like Emmett has so much more personality in the musical than he does in the movie. And I mean, whatever. He isn't trying to whatever the fuck. But yeah, the musical's very good. Another one I'd recommend listening to. I think that's it. I don't really hold any, intense views on musicals, mostly because I don't really know much about music. The most I can say about music is that I listen to what feels good to my ears. That's my taste in music, is that I listen to what I like. I'm not into specific genres, I'm not into specific anything. I'll just listen to what I think sounds good, and I think that's how everyone should, listen to music. Don't feel that the music you listen to defines you personally, because it is not. I may like musicals, but I also love, I don't know, other music. That didn't make any sense. I love 80s alt music, but I also love 70s disco music, but also 2010s punk. I don't, fuck you. Or even modern day pop music. Some of it's good. Some of it's fucking good. So get off your hours, okay? Fuck you. But yeah. I think if you assign a specific, I'm not gonna go there. Never mind. But I don't know. Enjoy music. Enjoy life. That's what I'm gonna be leaving you with. So thank you for maybe watching. If I ever post this, if I do post this, thank you for watching. If I don't post this, I see you looking at old videos. Anyways, bye.